Guys, I didn't want to throw myself into this one because it seems so obvious to me what the correct outcome should be for the N-word lady. It just doesn't seem that complicated or that controversial to me, but conservatives right now are totally divided on it. So before I show you the two kind of separate sides of the argument and give my opinion, in case you haven't seen the video yet, here is the video of Shiloh Hendrix being accused of calling a 5-year-old the N-word in a park. And as always, guys, please like the video and subscribe so I can afford a hair transplant. Here we go.
You call him the child? Did you call the child the word? It is my own business. You call him a Okay, why don't you have the balls to say it right now again? Okay. All right, that's what you say.
You don't go digging through people's you dumb.
Nobody dig into your
A little kid just did, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him a
Yeah.
The little child?
What if he acts like one, he's gonna...
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old and the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech. And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a
Huh. Okay, we'll see about that, what the internet has to say about you.
Okay, so basically in that video, there's that man who is accusing her of calling a 5-year-old the N-word, and then she says it again in the video. And then this man, what happened after? He filmed it and then he doxed her, meaning that her personal info is now out there. He put out her address. She says her social security number. I don't know how he got a hold of that, so I don't know how true that one is. She talked about, where her kids go to school, where she works out, etc. And then what she did was she started a fundraiser online to essentially make enough money to move her family since she was doxxed, because people know where she lives now. She's getting death threats, etc. As of now, I just checked, she has raised $708,000 on a GoFundMe-like website. It's basically like that. It's not GoFundMe, though. And this has divided conservatives into two camps, essentially. And these are the camps. The camp that is glad that she made all that money, and that's like where Matt Walsh, for instance, he's on that side. And then the camp that thinks it's all kind of stupid, that people shouldn't be raising money for a girl who called someone the N-word. And that's the side that Ben Shapiro, for example, is on. And you can kind of imagine the other conservatives who would be on either side just based on maybe what they've said specifically about this, but other things as well. The argument from the first camp is this. This is kind of how they break it down. Black people love saying the N-word, so I don't know why they'd be that offended by that. And doxing someone is illegal, clearly. And so it's great that she's getting the money. So that's kind of the argument. It's also great. They say this is a big part of it. Because as you'll recall, just a few weeks ago, there was a young black kid named Carmelo Anthony, not the basketball player. He stabbed a white kid and got $500,000 through the same website to relocate as well, because he was getting death threats and they said it wasn't safe for him to stay there because he was able to somehow, even though he murdered someone, post bail and get out of jail while there's the ongoing trial. So conservatives are basically saying this is a double standard and that they're happy that this girl can do it too, since Carmelo Anthony has done it. The other side, though, is the side that I find myself on more, which is that a double standard only works if you denounce the action in the first place. In other words, guys, it's a double standard when liberals cheer the Carmelo Anthony thing, which they totally did, which is crazy, but not if they cheer for Shiloh Hendrix's. That is a double standard, of course, but only, again, if you admit that that's wrong. You have to admit just out of the gate that raising money when you've done some racially bad thing is wrong. So if you think it's okay for Shiloh Hendrix, then again, you're no better than the liberals, because they believe the same thing, but in reverse. They think, oh, well, it's a double standard because we can do it and you can't. That's not a double standard. That's whataboutism. Not only that, though, you completely buy into moral relativism at that point if you're in the first camp. And I don't think a lot of those conservatives have really thought this through, because what you're saying is that it is okay that a conservative did it because of the fact that a liberal did it. That's the whole argument behind what they're saying, is they did this, so that now means it's okay for us to do this. And that means the whole morality of an action focuses on someone else. Like, it's not about it's right or it's wrong. There's no truth to it. The truth is dictated by what the other side does. And I'm sorry, guys, that's just blasphemy. Blasphemy, whether you're religious or you believe in philosophy or whatever. It's illogical. It doesn't make any sense. You're simply just saying morality is whatever the other side dictates it to be. So conservatives have to cut it out because there's nothing conservative about that. Don't donate to this lady. It's just not a good idea, because what happened here was very controversial to some conservatives, but it really is not controversial. What happened, and it's allowed conservatives to stoop to the liberals' level, which is a huge mistake. But what happened, that's not really controversial in my opinion, is that a black kid was probably rifling through this woman's purse. I don't think she just randomly called him an N-word. I think he did that. By the way, he was 5, according to the man who shot that video. She called him the N-word, and everyone should have walked away. That's my controversial opinion. She shouldn't have done that. Everyone should have just walked away. She should have been like, hey, get your hand out of my purse. Called his parents, been like, this is what he was doing. He's 5. I know he probably just made a mistake, but not cool. She should not have engaged with the man who approached her then, and he shouldn't have doxed her, because, like I said, doxing is someone that's been illegal since, I think, 2016. And it's just it's not more complicated than that. Don't dox people, that's illegal. Don't call people the N-word. I don't know how it's more complicated than that. Just to show you how simple it is, though, here is the listing on her website for the GoFundMe. You can see it right here. It says, help me protect my family. She says, hello, my name is Shiloh, and I've been put into a very dire situation. I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old son's diaper bag at the park. I called the kid out for what he was. Notice she doesn't say the word in there, and I think that's telling. Like, did you call him a thief? Because he would be a thief. If you call him an N-word, I think you're ashamed of that because you didn't put that in your message. I'm guessing that's not a very persuasive message. Otherwise, you would have said it. Then she says, another man who we recently found out had a history with law enforcement proceeded to record me. There's an allegation, for people who are wondering about that. There's an allegation that this guy is a sex offender. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's the allegation. She said, proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. He then posted these videos online, which have caused my family, myself, great turmoil. My social security number has been leaked. Again, I don't know how that's possible, but I'll take her at her word. My address and phone number have been given out freely. My family members are being attacked. My eldest son or child may not be going back to school, even where I exercise has been exposed. I'm asking for your help to assist in protecting my family. I fear that we must relocate. I have 2 small children who do not deserve this. We've been threatened to the extreme by people online. Anything will help. We cannot and will not live in fear. So again, on the other side, that's clearly wrong. I don't even know how that's remotely controversial. Death threats are wrong. Doxing people is wrong. But at the same time, what's interesting is she does not need $708,000 to relocate. No one needs I'm assuming she's gonna sell her house. Why does she need $708,000 to relocate? It just seems like a money grab at this point. And saying racial slurs to a 5-year-old is a garbage, degenerate behavior. Conservatives should not be defending it. They should not be celebrating it just because the left did something similar. Why would you want to be anything like the left? That's the weirdest thing to me. And people like Matt Walsh, love Matt Walsh, by the way, love 99% of everything he does. This is just the one thing I disagree with him on. I don't think he's really thought it through. It's not conservative at all. You can talk all you want about how people shouldn't dox her. I'm totally fine. I'm on board with that. But again, why is a grown woman calling a 5-year-old the N-word? It's incredibly weird behavior. And I think conservatives should stop stooping to liberal level. If we do, again, we're no better than them in the first place. And we devolve into a stupor of moral relativism like I talked about. And that's exactly what the communists want. Hey guys, I'm excited to announce that I am rolling out my new Substack right now. If you didn't know, Substack is basically a newsletter that allows me to send out the daily news to you guys as well as my opinion and political commentary on top of it. It just comes to your email. It's completely free to subscribe. You can cancel anytime. And in addition to the news and commentary stuff, I'll also be showing all my subscribers kind of the behind the scenes inner workings of the show, as well as having direct chat with you guys so we can bounce political ideas off each other and interact directly. So you can join right now, guys, with the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like the video and subscribe so other great patriots like yourself can see it in the YouTube overlords. Don't try to hide it. And as always, you can check out another video right here.